Hey Raiders fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The NFL world is buzzing with one of the most shocking and exhilarating rumors in recent memory, as whispers around Las Vegas suggest that the Raiders have officially secured a deal with none other than Aaron Donald. Imagine the seismic shift this creates in the league. A defensive juggernaut joining a franchise that has been eager to redefine its identity. Fans are already painting wild scenarios in their minds, imagining a front seven that could literally disrupt any offensive scheme in the NFL. This isn't just a signing. It's a statement, a bold proclamation that the Raiders are not just looking to compete. They're looking to dominate. The locker room dynamics alone are bound to change dramatically, with veteran leaders now needing to adjust to a presence that commands attention not only with skill, but with sheer force of personality. Coaches are reportedly scrambling to design schemes that can maximize Donald's impact while integrating him seamlessly with the existing roster, which already has talented pass rushers and linebackers eager to rise to the occasion. Industry insiders are hinting at massive strategic overhauls, suggesting that the Raiders might pivot to a defensive mindset that has been virtually unheard of in recent years. Media outlets are starting to speculate about potential playoff implications, with analysts throwing out comparisons to historic defenses that have terrorized quarterbacks and offensive lines. The rumor alone has sent betting lines into a frenzy, with odds makers re-evaluating the Raiders' odd for a Super Bowl run, as if overnight the team has transformed from hopefuls to true contenders. Conversations among fans online are littered with excitement, disbelief, and even fear, as opposing quarterbacks might now need to rethink entire game plans when facing a team rumored to boast Donald's unparalleled talent. The signing, if confirmed, could very well redefine the perception of the Raiders in the eyes of the league, turning them into an emblem of defensive terror that strikes fear into opponents before the first snap is even taken, fundamentally reshaping how the team is perceived not just in Las Vegas, but across the NFL landscape. Sources close to the team hint that the decision to pursue Donald was not impulsive, but the result of a long, calculated effort to fortify the Raiders' defensive identity. The front office, apparently, has been quietly negotiating behind the scenes, understanding the potential market shock and media attention that a player of Donald's caliber brings. Team strategists reportedly studied decades of defensive legends, considering how to integrate a talent that can single-handedly collapse pocket structures while still creating space for teammates to thrive. Rumors suggest that practices in Las Vegas have been increasingly focused on rotational schemes and blitz packages designed specifically with Donald in mind, envisioning how a single player can serve as the fulcrum for a defensive philosophy. Analysts are drawing parallels to defensive shifts in other sports, emphasizing that having a centerpiece talent changes not only plays, but entire approaches, forcing opponents to adapt instantly or risk catastrophic outcomes. Locker room chatter, according to insiders, is filled with a mixture of excitement and cautious optimism, with players acknowledging both the opportunities and pressures that accompany a player of Donald's reputation. The coaching staff is allegedly planning to adjust training regimens, nutritional plans, and even travel routines to ensure that the defensive line operates in peak synchronization, leveraging Donald's presence to elevate the entire squad. Social media has erupted with hypothetical scenarios depicting quarterbacks facing relentless pressure, imagining sacks, forced turnovers, and game-changing defensive plays that could redefine the Raiders' season. Fan forums are overflowing with speculation on how Donald's addition could alter draft strategies, free agency pursuits, and a long-term vision for the franchise, with some suggesting that this could mark the beginning of a new era where the Raiders are recognized primarily for their suffocating defense rather than inconsistent offense. If these rumors bear out, the move could very well reshape not only the team's identity, but also the broader NFL landscape, prompting rival franchises to consider counter strategies and roster shuffles just to keep pace with a suddenly transformed Las Vegas defense. Industry insiders are reportedly whispering about the financial intricacies of the deal, highlighting that the Raiders may have structured it to allow flexibility for future roster enhancements, while still securing one of the most impactful defensive players of the modern era. The implications for team morale are staggering, as younger players now have a mentor whose work ethic and intensity set a gold standard for professional excellence. Rumors from practice sessions indicate that Donald's presence alone is elevating the performance of those around him, with pass rushers achieving higher sack counts in drills and linebackers displaying improved situational awareness. The strategic impact extends to special teams as well, with coaches reportedly exploring innovative schemes where Donald could influence play even outside standard defensive formations. Opposing quarterbacks, if these whispers hold, may need to rethink pocket management, timing, and even pre-snap reads, knowing that a player with Donald's explosiveness can negate traditional blocking schemes. Analysts are speculating that offensive coordinators might have to adopt quick-release strategies or alter personnel groupings, fundamentally changing the tactical landscape of every game involving the Raiders. The psychological impact cannot be overstated, as players on other teams may approach matchups with caution or outright fear, giving the Raiders a unique, intangible advantage. Rumors even suggest that this signing could redefine the Raiders' brand, emphasizing a culture of relentless defensive dominance that could attract future stars who want to be part of an elite, fearsome unit. Beyond the field, marketing teams are reportedly buzzing with potential campaigns, using the aura of Donald's presence to generate buzz, merchandise sales, and media coverage that could surpass anything the franchise has experienced in decades. Whispers in NFL circles indicate that coaches are planning a series of intricate pre-snap movements and stunts specifically designed to exploit Donald's unique skill set, potentially creating a domino effect that elevates every position along the defensive front. Analysts speculate that the synergy between Donald and the existing defensive core could lead to historically disruptive outcomes, forcing offenses to adopt untested strategies or face the risk of catastrophic game-changing plays. Rumors suggest that team meetings have increasingly focused on leveraging data analytics to optimize Donald's positioning, exploring angles, velocities, and timing that could enhance his natural explosiveness. Fans and media alike are reportedly in a state of near-constant speculation, dissecting leaked practice footage, insider chatter, and subtle signals from the Raiders' front office to anticipate the full scope of Donald's impact. Rumors indicate that the synergy between Donald and key linebackers could manifest in unprecedented sack rates, tackle for loss statistics, and game-altering disruptions that leave opposing offenses scrambling for solutions. Coaches are allegedly revising weekly game plans to capitalize on Donald's explosiveness, incorporating more dynamic blitzes, stunts, and pre-snap shifts that could maximize the pressure on quarterbacks. Industry insiders suggest that the Raiders' defensive philosophy might evolve into a blend of traditional aggression and modern versatility, with Donald as the cornerstone around which every adjustment revolves. The psychological aspect of his presence cannot be underestimated, as teams facing Las Vegas may preemptively adjust strategies, perhaps even compromising their offensive identities out of concern for one player's disruptive potential. Rumors also hint that this move could influence rookie development, with younger defenders benefiting from mentorship, enhanced training programs, and a blueprint for excellence that elevates the overall defensive culture. Analysts are even speculating on potential contract ramifications, suggesting that Donald's presence might catalyze future free agent signings aimed at creating a synergistic, fearsome front seven. The buzz surrounding the Raiders is reaching fever pitch, as every mention of Las Vegas in sports media now carries with it the electric possibility of defensive domination powered by a player rumored to be unmatched in his craft. Leaked whispers indicate that team meetings have increasingly focused on tactical versatility, exploring how Donald's abilities could influence both pass and run defense in ways that have seldom been attempted in modern football. Coaches are reportedly designing packages that allow the defensive line to shift seamlessly between formations, creating confusion and hesitation among opposing quarterbacks while maximizing the disruptive potential of Donald's unique combination of speed, strength, and technique. Analysts speculate that his presence alone could reduce third down conversion rates league-wide, fundamentally altering offensive schematics and influencing game outcomes in ways that transcend traditional statistics. Rumors suggest that practice intensity has reached unprecedented levels, with drills tailored to synchronize timing, pursuit angles, and gap integrity around Donald's movements. The locker room energy is reportedly electric, as teammates react to the prospect of playing alongside a generational talent capable of redefining what it means to be a Raider on defense. Fan forums are exploding with hypothetical scenarios, imagining games where quarterbacks are chased relentlessly, running backs contained at the line of scrimmage, and wide receivers forced into impossibly tight windows. Media speculation is rife with comparisons to historic defensive units, framing the Raiders' rumored transformation as a potential cultural shift in how defense is valued and executed in the NFL. Even social media chatter is amplifying these rumors, creating a feedback loop that elevates anticipation, scrutiny, and excitement simultaneously, painting a vivid picture of a defense that could terrorize opponents before the first whistle blows. Insiders are hinting that Donald's arrival could also influence team culture, instilling a level of accountability, discipline, and intensity rarely seen outside elite defensive units. Rumors indicate that his approach to preparation, film study, and in-game adaptation is already rubbing off on younger teammates, creating a cascading effect that strengthens fundamentals, awareness, and instinctive play. Analysts are speculating that the Raiders might adjust their draft strategies to prioritize players who can complement a defensive centerpiece, leveraging Donald's presence to build a more holistic, fearsome front seven. The coaching staff is reportedly exploring ways to optimize rotations, maximize fresh legs, and design stunts that force quarterbacks into unfavorable decisions, creating turnovers and momentum-shifting plays. Fans are dissecting speculative depth charts, imagining scenarios where Donald's dominance opens lanes for linebackers, corners, and safeties to shine, further elevating the unit as a whole. The ripple effect extends into public perception, media coverage, and even merchandise sales, as the aura of a transformational signing fuels excitement and speculation far beyond the confines of Allegiant Stadium. Rumors suggest that the franchise may leverage this moment to redefine its brand identity, emphasizing toughness, resilience, and defensive supremacy, potentially influencing recruitment, sponsorships, and fan engagement in ways that extend for years. If all of this holds true, the Raiders are not merely adding a player. They're signaling an evolution in philosophy, strategy, and ambition, transforming the landscape of the NFL one rumor at a time. The last whispers surrounding this seismic development are tinged with awe, speculation, and a hint of disbelief, as fans and analysts alike attempt to quantify the potential impact of a player rumored to be unmatched in his generation. Rumors indicate that Donald's presence could radically alter opposing game plans, reduce offensive efficiency, and generate turnover opportunities that directly influence the Raiders' path to the postseason. The coaching staff is reportedly integrating advanced analytics, situational breakdowns, and tailored rotations to ensure that Donald's influence is maximized across every down, quarter, and game scenario. Insider chatter suggests that locker room dynamics are evolving, with players inspired to elevate performance while navigating the pressures of aligning with a generational talent. Media coverage is amplifying these speculations, portraying the Raiders as a team undergoing a dramatic metamorphosis, with Donald as the epicenter of a defensive renaissance. Social media is awash with imaginative recreations, mock game scenarios, and statistical projections, all emphasizing the transformative potential of this rumored acquisition. Analysts are even debating the psychological edge this creates, suggesting that fear, anticipation, and strategic uncertainty may become weapons in their own right. If these rumors come to fruition, the Raiders could emerge as an intimidating, multifaceted defensive powerhouse, fundamentally reshaping both their identity and the tactical landscape of the NFL in ways fans have only dared to imagine. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The speculation surrounding Aaron Donald joining the Raiders continues to ripple through the NFL like wildfire, with insiders claiming that the team's defensive philosophy is undergoing a radical transformation. Sources whisper that coaches are devising intricate schemes that revolve entirely around Donald's extraordinary abilities, crafting pre-snap alignments and blitz packages designed to exploit his explosiveness and intelligence. Rumors suggest that the defensive line rotations are being reimagined, with each player trained to anticipate Donald's movements, ensuring a cohesive, relentless front that can pressure quarterbacks and disrupt defensive timing like never before. Analysts are positing that this rumored alignment could reduce opposing third-down conversions dramatically, forcing offenses into quick decisions and higher-risk plays. Fans are fueling the hype online, speculating about unstoppable pass rushes, game-changing tackles, and even imaginative shutdown scenarios where Donald's presence alone dictates the pace of a game. Insiders also hint at a broader cultural shift in the locker room, as Donald's work ethic and intensity are reportedly inspiring teammates to elevate their performance, creating an environment where excellence becomes contagious. Media coverage is speculating that this rumored acquisition may redefine the Raiders' identity in the public eye, shifting perceptions from a team chasing playoff relevance to one capable of dominating opponents through fearsome, disciplined defensive prowess. Rumors are even circulating that rival franchises are beginning to adjust scouting and offensive strategies preemptively, anticipating the challenges posed by a team rumored to have transformed overnight into a defensive juggernaut. Reports circulating in NFL circles indicate that the Raiders' front office may be considering complementary acquisitions to maximize Donald's impact, creating a roster designed to dominate both the line of scrimmage and passing lanes. Analysts suggest that this rumored strategy includes recruiting players with versatility, explosiveness, and high football IQs who can thrive alongside a talent of Donald's magnitude. Insider whispers imply that coaching sessions are increasingly focused on synchronizing timing, gap integrity, and pursuit angles, ensuring that every movement of the defensive line complements Donald's extraordinary skill set. Fans on social media are crafting elaborate scenarios, imagining quarterbacks scrambling under relentless pressure, running backs stifled at the line of scrimmage, and offensive coordinators rethinking entire game plans in anticipation of facing a defensive nightmare. Rumors suggest that veteran defenders are embracing mentorship roles, using Donald's presence as a teaching moment to elevate younger players' techniques, instincts, and situational awareness. Analysts speculate that these ripple effects could extend beyond a single season, creating a sustained culture of defensive dominance in Las Vegas. The psychological edge is also a major talking point, as rumors suggest opposing teams may approach the Raiders with caution, fear, and overcompensation, essentially granting Donald and his teammates an invisible advantage before the first snap. Marketing insiders even hint that the buzz alone could elevate merchandise sales, media coverage, and fan engagement, solidifying the narrative that this rumored acquisition could be transformative for the franchise both on and off the field. Whispers suggest that the integration of Aaron Donald into the Raiders lineup could spark unprecedented strategic creativity, forcing rival coordinators to innovate in ways they never considered. Rumors indicate that defensive stunts, pre-snap motions, and rotational alignments are being meticulously planned to exploit Donald's unique combination of power, agility, and football intelligence, effectively allowing a single player to influence every aspect of a game. Analysts speculate that such a defensive setup could lead to historically low offensive efficiencies for opponents, generating turnovers, sacks, and momentum shifts that alter the course of multiple matchups. Fan forums are abuzz with imaginative recreations, envisioning scenarios where Donald's mere presence intimidates quarterbacks in a hurried throws, disrupts running lanes, and opens opportunities for secondary defenders to capitalize. Insider chatter hints that this rumored signing is reshaping training regimens, team culture, and even game day routines, emphasizing coordination, anticipation, and relentless pursuit as guiding principles for the defensive unit. Social media conversations are painting Donald as a transformational figure whose impact extends beyond the field, influencing locker room morale, rookie development, and franchise branding. Industry analysts are speculating on the league-wide repercussions, with some suggesting that rival teams may pivot towards short-term tactical adjustments or long-term roster overhauls simply to contend with a rumored force of nature emerging in Las Vegas. The excitement, uncertainty, and buzz surrounding this potential signing have reached fever pitch, with fans, media, and insiders all speculating on the myriad ways Donald could redefine what it means to be a Raider. Insider whispers imply that Aaron Donald's rumored arrival could catalyze a new era of defensive dominance for the Raiders, fundamentally altering both on-field performance and the franchise's broader identity. Analysts suggest that every pre-snap decision, player rotation, and game plan may now be influenced by Donald's presence, creating cascading effects that elevate the entire defensive unit. Fans speculate about historic sack totals, turnover statistics, and game-changing defensive plays, envisioning a team capable of imposing its will on the league through sheer fear and relentless pressure. Reports hint that coaching strategies are being redesigned to optimize every facet of defensive execution, leveraging analytics, film study, and in-game adjustments to magnify Donald's natural talent. Locker room dynamics are reportedly shifting as teammates adapt to the elevated expectations, heightened intensity, and leadership exemplified by a player of Donald's caliber. Media coverage is amplifying speculation, framing the Raiders as a team potentially on the brink of a defensive renaissance, with Donald as the linchpin of this transformation. Social media engagement has surged, with fans and commentators creating narratives, mock scenarios, and projections that envision an unstoppable defensive unit dominating every matchup. If these rumors bear fruit, the Raiders could emerge as a league-defining team, where defensive mastery, strategic innovation, and psychological intimidation converge into a reality that redefines the franchise, reshapes the NFL landscape, and leaves the entire football world in awe of a rumored nightmare defense built around Aaron Donald. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.